Hello students, welcome to the class. Myself Vidya Chauhan, your mathematics teacher. So students, now we are going to start with another operation. So what were the operations that we were studying? Yes, there were 4 operations: addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Till now, we have completed our 3 operations, that is addition, subtraction and multiplication. Now today we are going to start our next topic or the next operation in mathematics, that is division. And before moving forward, I would like to tell you the basic terms which we use in the when we divide two numbers. When we divide numbers, we always use some basic terms. Like in addition, we have some terms. In subtraction, we have studied about minuend, subtrahend and the difference. So similarly here in division also, we have some basic terms. So the very first is our dividend. The first term is dividend. What is a dividend? The number which is divided. So dividend is the number which is divided. As you can see here in the image that there is a division problem solved to you and the number which is to be divided here is 485. What is the number? 485. So this 485 is actually our dividend. This number is the dividend. So what is our dividend here? 485. Second term is our divisor. What is a divisor? So the number by which we divide. So by which number we are dividing here in this term? Yes, we are dividing it by 7. So our 7, the number 7 here is our divisor. What is our divisor? 7. So this is called divisor. Next is our quotient. What is quotient? The number obtained after a division is done. So what is quotient? The number obtained after a division is done. So what is the value we are getting after the division is done? It is at the top, that is called quotient. So this is the quotient of the division term. And that means we can write division. The quotient of this division term is 69. The last is our remainder, and remainder, as the word means remain, whatever is left. So the number left after completing the division is called remainder. So what is our remainder here? The remainder for this division process is 2. So once we have divided 485, which is our dividend, by divisor 7, the quotient we get is 69 and remainder is 2. So in the same manner, for our simplicity, we write like this. For dividend, we write d is equals to 485. Divisor is equals to 7. We use div because both dividend and divisor are starting up with letter D. So for divisor we use div. What is the short form we use for quotient is capital Q. What is our quotient here? 69. And the abbreviation, or you can say the short form for remainder is capital R. And what is our remainder for this division term? That is 2. So this is all about the basic terms: dividend, divisor, quotient and remainder. The number to be divided, dividend. The number by which it is to be divided, divisor. The answer obtained after completing the division is our quotient, and the number left after completing the division. That means if something is left here, so then it is called remainder. If nothing is left, means suppose the division is complete and remainder nothing, no number is left here, that means our remainder is 0. Clear students? So these are the basic terms in division. Now there are some important properties of division also. Just like properties of addition, subtraction, multiplication, we have some particular rules or properties of division. So let us discuss the properties of division one by one. The first property says if a number is divided by 1, the quotient is the number itself. So if we are dividing any number by 1, so for example, if I take 151 divided by 1, so if I am dividing any number with 1, so the answer will be number itself. That means our answer will be 151. Clear? This is our first property, a number divided by 1, the quotient is number itself. Our final answer will be the same number. Second statement, or you can say the second property says, if a number is divided by itself, now we have to divide the number by itself, then the quotient is always 1. So if I take an example, like if I am dividing 151 with the number itself, that means 151. So if I am dividing 151 with 151, the answer is always 1. So this is our second property. Number divided by itself is always giving answer as 1. Next property says, if 0 is divided by a number, only the condition is 0. If we are dividing 0 by a number, the quotient is always 0. Now the example, for example, if I am dividing 0 by 15, so here I am dividing 0 with another number which is 15, suppose. So what will be the answer? Yes, the answer is always 0. So this is our third property which says that if we divide 0 by any number, the answer is always 0. Coming to the fourth property of division, every division sum has a division fact and a multiplication fact. This is a very important property of division, that every division sum has a division fact and a multiplication fact. Now let me take an example for this. Suppose if I am writing 15 divided by 3, what will be the answer if I am dividing 15 by 3? Yes, the answer is 5. Now this same division term, the same division sum, I can write in the term of division fact and multiplication fact also. How? In the second format, in the division format, I can write the same number as, if I divide the same number 15 by 5. Here the sum is 15 divided by 3 and answer is 5. What if I divide 15 with 5? So 15 divided by 5 and our answer is 3, as you can see here. So this is the first concept, division fact. So we can write any division sum in the division fact also. At the same time, we can also write it in the multiplication fact, and multiplication fact means if I multiply 5 with 3. So that means now what we are doing, we are multiplying these two terms, 3 and 5. So if I multiply 3 into 5 or 5 into 3, then also our answer is 15. So that means this is called the division fact, a very important property in which a sum related to division can be written in a different form of division and can also be expressed in the form of multiplication fact. Understood, students? So this is all about the basic key terms of division and the properties of division. I hope the lesson is clear to all of you. Thank you, students, for the lesson today.